It was nearly midnight when the train left the station bound for London. Snow fell heavily, and the few passengers had curled up in their compartments. In the fifth carriage, 6 strangers sat: an aristocratic lady wearing a precious necklace, a one-eyed former soldier, a mysterious writer taking notes in a small notebook, a woman in black who seemed completely silent, a nervous lawyer leafing through many papers, a young maid staring out the window in fear, and a retired detective. No one spoke. Then a scream cut through the carriage when the lights went out for a moment and then came back on. The lawyer was found lying on the floor dead, with a small dagger in his chest. Strangely, the door had been locked from the inside. The passengers began trading accusations. The writer smiled as if he had been expecting this moment. But the detective discovered the truth. None of the passengers was the killer. The dagger had been planted in advance in the seat. When the lawyer sat and leaned in the dark, the blade plunged into his chest. Everyone was innocent. Silence fell over the fifth carriage. The detective scanned the compartment with sharp looks, then said, "The killer was not among you. They left a trap, waiting for their victim. But the question is, why the lawyer in particular?" He searched the victim's bag and found a file with a strange title, "The Black Slope Case." The papers revealed that the lawyer was preparing to expose a series of financial crimes going back years. Names of powerful people included. The one-eyed soldier looked at the writer and said, "You were smiling like you knew the ending." The writer answered calmly, "I only write what I see." But what you didn't see is that the seat wasn't randomly prepared with a knife. It was made specifically for the victim. No one sits there expect someone who knows it's meant for them. The detective bowed his head, then suddenly raised it. It means someone knew in advance exactly when the lawyer would travel and which seat he would take. All eyes turned to the young maid. Her face was pale and her hand trembled. The detective said, "You booked the ticket, didn't you?" She stammered, "I only did what I was told." "The aristocrat, she gave me the money to reserve the lawyer's seat here. She said it was his favorite seat." The aristocrat looked at them with a chilling calm. "Yes, I planned it. But remember, the train hasn't stopped yet. Who knows who's next?" At that moment, the lights went out again. The passengers trembled. Fast footsteps were heard in the dark, then a low, cold laugh. When the lights came back on, the aristocrat was gone. She disappeared. The writer smiled, then said in a calm voice, "I planted the knife in advance, and I planned to eliminate anyone who knew too much." The writer laughed loudly, then sat back down and resumed, jotting in his notebook. He turned his notebook to show a drawing of the whole carriage, and in the center of the drawing, there was a small number leading to a red mark on another seat, a seat no one had yet occupied. Suddenly the doors slammed shut, as if something outside wanted to trap them in the compartment. The light flickered, faint footsteps were heard on the train's iron roof, and heavy breathing drew near. A shadow not fully seen moved among the passengers. Something inside the compartment crept slowly toward them. A laugh was heard, followed by a whisper, "No one will leave here," as they entered. And the long night pulled its curtain down, only the train's creak repeating that the end had not yet come.